Dude, so is it me or has Twitter found something else to focus on?
What's up? Why?
Did you see that thing with Kanye? That where he posted
about
like
something
his
about the
contract?
contracts, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I started reading it and I was actually in the middle of something, but since you are musically inclined and in the musical world, I mean, did you? And you're probably more reading more than I am these days.
I saw a video. I didn't know he had released the things on Twitter, but I did see a video of somebody speaking about like he has like an issue at the moment with with the masters and the way his contract is designed. And yeah, man, it's pretty fucked, bro, because like Kanye, especially like the first albums, right? It's such fire music, and to think that he doesn't own that, right? And when you look at, I mean, I don't know what the contract specifically said, but I did see a video where they were explaining some parts of it, and what it said is that, for example, it says for this album we're gonna give you $4 million, right? And it's like, all right, cool. But then on all the small letters, it's like all the expenses for that album get taken from you, right? So they spend millions of dollars on videos, on marketing, on PR. And then, dude, at the end, you end up with like no money from that album. And they can keep extending your contract. Like that's parts of, the amendments that they add. But yeah, it was crazy to hear this. And I think you said, so it was on Twitter that he put this stuff out, right? You said?
Yeah, I saw it on Twitter. He had some screen grabs and like, I mean, I just saw it on the trending thing. Like okay. I saw it. And so I didn't get into like reading the contract or what it was about or anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, he seems like he's just like trying to like, hey, they're fucking me over. Look what it is. Because that's, putting that shit out there is kind of fucked.
Yeah, no, it's super fucked. And I mean, I guess the problem with Kanye is kind of what happened with his presidential campaign, right? And then like how it just all of a sudden it was so much hype and then it dropped. So much hype and then it like, flopped, essentially is what I'm trying to say. And, Kim comes out and says that he's, it's hard living with someone with bipolar disorder. It's hard. And so I can only imagine he's probably looking at his agents saying, oh, your contract's coming to an end. Let's try to negotiate this. And then instead of just saying, okay, well, let's just, go about it peacefully or whatever, he'll go with balls deep into whatever room with his lawyers or his whatever, with the record label. And, you know what I mean? Like, he becomes Kanye, he goes balls to the wall. He does this crazy shit.
I mean, and then
doesn't get what he wants, and then this,
right. But I think that he did sign those contracts, but I think I justify him going Kanye on this because, I mean, as an artist myself, I would I would be so pissed off, like, because this is the thing, bro, and this happens to like artists like Lil Wayne too. I think Taylor Swift is in a shady, well, not shady, but like, a not so ideal contract with Scooter Braun, I think, the manager for Justin Bieber as well. And
okay.
What ends up happening? No, Usher was like the guy that introduced that sort of discovered him, but the manager is Scooter Braun. Which he appears on the new video of Drake, that song Pop Star, which Justin Bieber plays. You haven't seen it?
I'm actually looking up who is Scooter Braun, but now all I get is Scooter Braun Band. Some like hipsters.
You could put.
I see. It's Braun. It's Scooter Braun. Yeah. American entrepreneur. It looks like the guy who tried to do the fire festival.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit, I guess. I don't know. I haven't seen the other guy's picture in a while, but yeah, I do see. Yeah. Okay. So educate me.
So what happens is, okay, so pretty much like I'll break it down for people that don't know how normally like the music business works, right? The labels, they pretty much tell you like, hey, look, we're gonna give you some money in advance, right? And that's sort of like your bonus, right? And you get that money, you keep that money. Okay, cool. And then you think that also you're gonna make money when this thing starts selling, right? But whatever you agree with them that they're gonna give you for each album, you don't realize that they're gonna take all the expenses from that. They don't take those expenses, right? So like, let's say we need to hire stylist, PR, we need to buy, placement in radio for you. We need to buy you interviews, because that's how that shit works. They go to the famous spots and they buy interviews so that they can put you out there. And then all that money spent, and then whatever you were promised to be paid, you need to subtract all of the expenses. And then you get that if there's any left. And then you need to take out taxes, which a lot of artists are not educated on that either, so they end up actually on negative. So imagine being an artist that to the world you're like this hot shit, right? You live the savage, lavish life, but in reality, it's not like that. It's not like that because you broke. And then you have to imagine how pissed off you would be if people thought of you as somebody that had stature and had money, and in reality you don't have money because the label is making all the money from those songs, and you still have to create many albums in the future for this label before you can even think of getting off, right? And you're like, all right, I'm gonna make music for this label. Fuck them, dude. I'm gonna give them whatever. I'm gonna save my hot shit for when I'm out. So then what? You're gonna hurt yourself as well, because if you come out with shitty shit, that's gonna, dude, and you're in this cycle of shit that is so fucked. So, I mean, to start off, for nowadays, for anybody that's starting off in music, art, anything that has to do with entertainment and providing creative work, just do it on your own. It's gonna take you longer. You're gonna have to learn shit on your own. But believe me, man, there's nothing like owning your shit and knowing that even if you don't become a worldwide success, the fact that you take 100% of the pie means that you don't have to sell to 1 billion people. If you sell to 100,000 people, you're probably gonna make more money than if you would have sold 7 billion. But except that the middleman is this label that's taking 98% of it. So at the end of the day,
Do you think that the other artists, because nowadays collaboration is huge, right? I mean, people get found out by collaborating with others. Like, did you see, that Jason Derulo song, Savage Love? Beep, beep, beep. Do you get that over there? No? Anyways.
No.
So that's like some dude who just like making like a silly little beat in his room, and then everybody on TikTok made a dance to it. Now all of a sudden he's famous and working with LAUV, Lauv, and some other people. And Jason Derulo was the one who sang Savage Love on that melody, I guess, right? So when it comes to collaborating with other artists, do you think that the record label can dictate who you work with in these contracts?
Well, think about it this way.
Like, can they blacklist you if there's like a movement to say, like...
I don't think they can blacklist you, but they're gonna take their part.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like on the collab, right?
Yeah, like for example, right? The music that I'm a musician, and this is a real example. I'm a musician, and nobody knows me, really. I mean, I'm not famous or anything, but I own all my music, right? So if a famous person wanted to work with me, right? We would come to an agreement where I would own half the song, for example, right? I mean, you discuss this depending on how much you think you're putting in, if you're doing the music and everything. But let's say that you agree with the artist, look, we're going 50-50. I will be keeping the real 50%, right? Yeah. That artist is most likely signed with a label that owns part of it. So that 50%, then they have to fucking, chop it up and
yeah.
And make it. So, I mean, I don't know. At the end of the day. I'm pretty sure that I'm pretty sure that because of the power that a label has, they could sort of advise you like, hey, we would appreciate if you didn't work with that person. And you might not do it just because, like, okay, I'll respect you guys. Then, I mean, I don't know why that would happen. Legally, I don't think that they can stop you from working with somebody. However, they would get their cut from you because normally it is very common that they have exclusive rights to your music. So whatever you do, even if it's collaborating with someone else, even if you don't record it through their studios, they're still getting their cut.
Yeah. No, it's a sticky situation. But I do feel like, with everything 2020 and everything happening now, I mean, hey, what's another movement, right? I really do think that it'd be really cool if, and you see it now so much. People are again, TikTok just has changed the world. But even on Instagram, even on SoundCloud, just people don't use SoundCloud enough, and I wish they did because there's so much talent on there. But I think that, if for instance, Benny, BENNEE or something like that, the Super Lonely Girl, right? The song, awesome song. Or Doja Cat, right? I don't know if she's on a label or not, but these are small artists before they became known, and like I feel like it would be really cool if they just stayed like putting out this content and creating their own ripple effect. You know what I mean? Leveraging the power of
some of them
mediums.
do, right? Like Doja Cat did it for a while. She's popping like commercially now, and I wouldn't know if that's due to her being on a label now, but she was doing it for a while independently, from what I understand, and I liked it that way. There's this rapper called, and also musician in general, called Russ, and he's been producing and making like mastering, doing everything himself, and he still does it. And he even talks about how, like, even not selling as much, just the fact that you own it all, you're getting a lot more money than people that might be like popping internationally, but they're getting such a small cut that doesn't even matter. And today you're in an era. I mean, you talk about SoundCloud. This guy Russ that I'm talking about, he had this thing where he would put out a song a week for like a long time.
Oh, wow.
And he just like he started popping that way. But I just think that in today's world, it is true that these corporations, labels, that's what they are, a corporation. Yeah. They do have the commercial relationships with certain entities that are going to sort of boost your growth, because they're going to be able to put you in the front page of YouTube, in the front page of Instagram, Facebook, put you in the radios, in the podcast, etc.
Right.
However, the main thing that they were supposed to provide, which was recording services, production services.
Yeah.
I mean, they still do that, but you're not bottlenecked or limited now by the technical equipment, right? You're only limited by the knowledge. So if you can get the knowledge, it seems like in today's world, back in the day, you had people that became photographers and they were really good photographers. And then you have people that became videographers and they were really good videographers. But now you need to do both.
Yeah.
That's how competitive it is. And with music, and art in general, I feel like you have to be your own executive producer. That doesn't mean doing everything yourself, but it does mean knowing about everything. Because otherwise, you're going to lose so much part of that cake by someone else doing it for you.
Yeah. Yeah, that sucks. That totally sucks. And I mean, and in the case of, for instance, Kanye, right? He's well, I don't know if this is good or bad, but dude, the guy's just so crazy. He started urinating on all his Grammys. Did you read about that? Yeah, dude.
No.
This article on Billboard was like, a little while later that he turned his attention to the Grammys. The artist who has won 21 Grammys tweeted a video in which he appeared. He put one of the trophies in the toilet and urinated on it. And I'm just like, man, like, you know what I'm saying? This basically the aside from him being absolutely bonkers, the label is almost like their whole system that they that they put together is creating this negative energy around it. It's like, and I do agree that at some point, you know, this whole thing is gonna have to have a revamp, essentially everything.
You mean like the system, the way it works?
Yeah, the system, the way your articles, I'm sorry, your masters are treated, and your like the whole business around it's got to change. And you know what? I don't mind. I think the more I read this little article as you're speaking, I do kind of yeah, the last article, the last thing says the system is broken, it needs fixing, which, hey, you know,
I think it does.
Yeah.
And this is good, you know, because you come to a point where there's no gatekeepers. And we mentioned this on one of our early podcasts where we talked about podcasts. It was an episode on podcasts in general. And
yeah, I remember.
We mentioned how podcast is a medium and an art form where you're able to express it directly, and there's no middleman, you know.
Yeah.
It's very low cost to entry, and with the production of music and art in general is becoming that way as well. I think the next revolution, we're already in the middle of independent music creation and the shift of that happening. That's already happening. You have artists that are stuck in the past still, and I think that there is a value that these labels add. So it's not something that's gonna go away completely, but we already have a sea of artists that are doing this independently. But I think the next thing, because this all goes along with technology, the next thing is the revolution of cinema. You're going to have independent people doing movies. Because you're getting to the point where you can now get a Red camera, the brand Red, and film 4K. And they're using this on big productions because it's just lighter, and you can you can film in smaller spaces and still be stabilized instead of having this big crane. So this is making it so that even professionals are using this on movies because it's more convenient. But now the price point, because of the technology improvement, is getting to the point where you can $10,000 you can buy like a whole little system and start making a movie. And I mean, obviously this takes creativity and knowledge of how to do it, but just like with music, the technical part is not an issue anymore, because now you can have your own little studio in your computer. You can sort of do that with movie, and I see that being the next revolution of artistic freedom.
I wonder if people will start collaborating. You know how I'm only just kind of comparing it to what's happening now on YouTube, and I wonder if, you know how some of these YouTubers, they'll put out like some kind of viral video, and then all of a sudden they move to LA, and then they have they create their own hype house. Excuse me. You know what I'm saying? Have you seen that? Like
the TikTokers.
Well, TikTokers, but it actually started, I think, with like the Logan Pauls and all those like crazy YouTubers, the ones that are just like over the top and always getting into trouble, doing borderline shady shit.
Okay.
Well, anyways, I guess, wouldn't it be cool if, you know, artists in general, you know, if you're a music artist, right, that you you start to collaborate with another independent filmmaker, and then all of a sudden it's your team, right? You move out to LA, you buy a house, and all you do is create content. You know what I mean? And you can change that. You can go use that however many times over, right? It could be a music hype house, or it could be a prank hype house. That definitely exists already, but it could be a ton of different things. You know, a stand up hype house. Like,
I know, like kind of like, you know, like when we.
But everybody's gonna need a film guy. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, when we used to watch a lot of this, like Craig Robinson, Seth Rogen, Judd
Yeah.
Apatow movies, and they had their little crew, like that's kind of what I think is gonna happen. Except that crew had people in Hollywood that could get the big cameras and the big sets and the big things. Now
Hmm.
imagine the same thing, just that you don't need that guy in Hollywood to hook that up, because you can have another guy that's normal like you and me that has a that got two red cameras that film 4K. I mean,
That'd be dope.
you don't even need 4K. I don't think for I mean,
For
you
a
could.
podcast, you mean?
No, for a movie.
Oh, for a movie. Well, I mean, it's kind of like us, right? Like, I mean, a podcast is audio based, like first and foremost, right? But we try to we saw that the future is video. I mean, we started this right when the talks of Joe Rogan going over to Spotify and Spotify building a video platform, and it just makes sense. Video is much more engaging. Now, I mean, to a degree, you gotta weigh the pros and cons of what you want to do as far as what kind of video content. Somebody staring at a screen with two dudes, those frames have to be interesting enough, right? That's why we have the good lighting, and we have the matrix in the background for you, and stuff like that. So it's kind of Kiko is actually in the matrix. I've been trying to tell him he needs to get out of that, but it is what it is. But yeah, so if you didn't see his facial expression, go to our YouTube channel. Go check us out if you're listening to through Spotify or Apple Music. But anyways, I guess what I'm saying is, you mentioned that 4K isn't necessary. Well, right now, probably not. No, definitely 1080 is amazing.
Well, I mean, I don't want to get caught up in the minutia. Those cameras can do 4K. If you want to do 4K, you can do it. I'm saying you don't have the limitations anymore. And
oh yeah,
obviously, it is a little bit more of a buy-in, because you will need to have a computer that can edit that. You will need to have. It's just harder, I think. But it's gonna get there. I think it's gonna get there.
But a lot of people now are picking up cameras and learning the skill. So I think that there's going to be more and more directors and more people that you could work with.
Like independent films that people might just put up on YouTube. Like, I think this is gonna be a great time for production. The fact that things are getting so fast, like there's a new graphics card that are coming out pretty much now for NVIDIA graphics cards, and the step up of improvement from the previous versions is pretty, like like I think like 40%. And it's like a really good leap, And I think that as you start seeing this more, not just with like graphics, but like computing power, right? Like CPU, like application efficiency. Like we're gonna get there very soon, where we can have, for a very good price, the equipment that you need to process audiovisual work at a professional level. So it's gonna be interesting, because there's so many people that have artistic value that they can provide and ideas, but they just cannot materialize it because they haven't gotten to that gatekeeper that allows them to have access to those tools. Now you can get those tools yourself and fuck the middleman. So I think that's what Kanye wish he would have done and trying to do now.
But I mean, these labels, they have salesmen. They have salesmen where they could basically go to somebody, a struggling artist, somebody who's already in need of their, they're out here barely being able to put food on their table, and here comes this guy in a suit from a label who's offering them tons of money, the lavish life, all this stuff. It's an easy sell when somebody is, I guess, in need, right? When they came to Kanye back in the day, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
and you know,
Yeah, they
those things
definitely
are not learned until later on.
Yeah,
until
they
you're
prey on
knee-deep.
young people that are in very bad economic situations, and it's like if you get 200 grand now, you're like, I didn't even think I could get anything, you know. And
Right.
obviously it's different times, because when Kanye came up,
Yeah.
I mean, you did have the computers and stuff, but it wasn't as easy to do as today.
Right. Right.
But yeah, I mean, this just shows, you know, that even someone, I mean, you look at Kanye's first records, and you're like, it's so good, you know, it's so good, and you think he signed with these people. I don't know what was going through his mind when he signed those contracts, but you would think that maybe he would be like, no, I could do this on my own because this is so fire, you know? Like, I don't know. The truth be told is, I'm not sure if you like really benefit from these people like pushing your stuff forward, you know? Like, put this shit on movies, put this shit on radio. But wouldn't you think that Kanye's music, if it would have gone independent, it would have blown up anyways? Like, I mean, if you think about the amount of good songs that those records had, where everyone was like just so good, like, do you think that he would have been able to sell his music on his own?
I think so, but I don't think that at the time that he came in, he had the power of social media wasn't there. So I don't know if he could have spread the word as quickly as he did, you know, on his own. Obviously, no, it's not going to be the same speed regardless, but maybe he would have been, I don't know, when did he get big? He got big early 2000s. I mean, we may have seen him 2013. Mm-hmm. And then how long could he have lasted?
No, okay.
His mom died. He got into the car accident.
No, I think you do have a point. I think at that time, you didn't have the social media power to be able to drive it on your own. So I guess, I mean, I'm not saying the contracts were the best, but I do understand why signing with a label had a value. I would assume now someone like Kanye or anybody that's famous that has a lot of following on the social media, those are your followers. You take that with you, and then you can do this shit on your own. And I think that's what a lot of people are gonna do. You know, they're just gonna do this shit on their own and fuck it.
No, 100%. I mean, everything's changing now. Everything, as far as music goes. I mean, have you seen the way that they're doing these new festivals?
No. What's up?
So I just came across this now. The other day, Miami is having another EDM festival, like electronic music, dance music festival, and instead of having it be a typical concert, everybody, you know, shoulder to shoulder type of situation, they're renting out, I guess, like a very large hotel, and they're shutting down the whole side of the hotel that faces the pool. And I don't know to what degree. I didn't really. The video was very cinematic and cool looking, but it was essentially it's just the sides of the hotel facing the pool with the artist down by the pool or in some kind of stage apparatus, and you know, everybody gets their own space. Which that
you mean like the balconies?
The balconies, yeah, yeah. Sorry, exactly. The whole balconies that face that side.
So like each balcony, like you rent your balcony with your people, and then you social distance because the other people are like in the next balcony, and then there's a bunch of balconies facing the pool where the stage is, and that's where the concert is happening.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And so that in itself.
Why did we need COVID to come up with that badass idea?
I know, right?
We should have been doing this shit for a minute.
Right. I don't know. I mean, I guess. Dude,
now do you think
money
that
needs
really,
to be made, right?
Do you think that really, I mean, obviously a festival is like a no, right? I mean, yeah, this definitely, you're gonna have less contagious activity, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But okay, so and nobody in the pool and shit.
I mean, it didn't seem like that was a go, right? That seemed it was like everybody's in there. You know, it's the first vertical socially distanced festival. I don't know what they were saying. Everything was like neon blue and red and fucking 30 seconds, and it's like, buy now. Of course. But it was really cool. I actually like when you think about the concept. For me, dude, I prefer my space. I prefer to drink my own drinks. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna take away some. Obviously, it's gonna take away some of the aspects. People go to festivals, you know, to like show off their outfit, or they've been working on their body, and they want to go, and you know what I'm saying. It's everything is an attention grab. So that's gonna take a lot away. But maybe it'll open up another avenue. Like maybe there will be like a socially distanced area where you can take pictures, and then that festival posts your pictures, and then it, you know, I don't know. Just
I just think that
ideas.
is a badass idea for concerts, festivals. Like that's a nice idea, and like you said, it's comfortable. Are you on your bounce? Are you on the bouncy chair?
Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm over here on my exercise ball.
Dude. I'm
working out my core.
I need
dude,
to address it
podcast.
because people at home are just gonna be like, "Yo, why is this guy just like toing, 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 toing?" Is that why you work in your core?
Yeah, it kind of makes. I'm more feeling like I'm holding myself up on my hamstrings, on my back, a little bit of the core. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I enjoy it. I don't know. I feel free.
You feel free? Do you feel liberated when you're working your muscles?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like such a small amount of energy that I don't notice it. But you know, I haven't done like a long, full 8-hour workday on it yet. But we'll get there. We'll get there.
Okay.
I'll let you know.
All right, coolio. So, because
I'm working on my festival bod.
I don't know if it's because like now we're a bit older, that we think of this idea, I'm afraid that we're thinking of this idea because we're a bit older. Like, yeah, definitely. I have my own little balcony with my room. If I get tired, I go lay down a bit. If I have to take some Alka-Seltzer, I got it ready there, you know. And then I come back, you know. But then maybe like younger kids are like, nah, we want to be next to each other with each other's sweat. God damn. And we just like, it's like, oh my God, that's lame.
I can imagine those tool bags that like went to the gym for like 3 months to rock like that asshole shirt. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but I mean,
my God.
Do you think
try
it's
to pick up girls in like furry boots onto their shoulders?
Or is it like a lot of kids just want to do that, and also girls want to go show and like, I mean, maybe we're looking at this like from like an older perspective. Like maybe that would work. I mean, I'm guessing it will work, but I think that would maybe be like for an older crowd that's already going with like their couple and they're gonna have a nice time. It's not, I guess, the experience where people just want to go and fuke. You know?
Well, that's what I'm thinking, right? Like, I mean, we used to go to the clubs back in the day to pick up chicks, right? I mean, festivals, I feel like, are no different. There's a lot of people who try to do that too. So that definitely cuts down on that.
Or you end up having a balcony switcheroony.
Oh my God.
You see?
I really hope that doesn't hurt anybody though.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, no, I'm not talking about like jumping from one balcony to the other, like literally. I'm talking about like, let's say you're in this balcony and you go with your boys, right?
Right.
And in the balcony next door or a few doors down, right? Because like, imagine it's a building and you can see like other balconies. There's a balcony over there with a bunch of Betties all alone taking tequila shots from 11 a.m. in the morning, right? And they're just like, right. Oh my God, you dance so good. And you're like, like, I got this. Like, wouldn't that be like a situation where like COVID could, you know?
So what do you say? Like you just like send over like a paper airplane with your like with your room number on it?
No, I mean, I'm guessing like you'll be like, hey, meet me in the alley, you know, like the hallway. All right, in the alley. Like
in the alley. Oh man, that's hilarious. Yeah. Hey, you know what, bro? If you're, what you should do is stand at the bottom of the hotel selling dry erase boards. And fucking people writing there.
Well, dude, because they cannot lock you in your room. So you see him over there, like, oh, because she's a few doors down. So you're like, okay, come out. And then she comes out and it's like, hey, what's good? It's like, all right, look, I'm gonna send you 2 guys. You send me 2 girls. All right, boom, boom, switch a Rooney, boom.
Oh
you
my.
feel me?
What is this? I mean, yeah, you got to keep the numbers down because of COVID, right? So keep the numbers the same in the room, but
Oh no, of course. I mean, you're not gonna be a monster and just everybody go to the same room, but you do a little switcheroonie,
I'm sure that's definitely gonna happen,
right?
Definitely, yeah, for sure.
I mean, if it's in Miami, that's always gonna happen. I mean, they're just gonna do switcheroonies without even like whatever's there, secret box, bring it in. Like you just send them and they send them. Like the only thing they tell you is they're girls or guys, and then that's it. The rest is like, hey, yo, life it's like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're gonna get.
You never know what you're gonna get,
but you gotta eat it.
Yeah, no, I definitely I will not be partaking in this.
Okay.
I will be in my room with my Alka-Seltzer and my fuzzy slippers.
Okay.
And yeah, I'll be chilling, posting up.
Okay.
But I do enjoy. I would think that enjoying a concert from that perspective is better. I feel like that's even better than regular concerts, right? Like, I mean,
hell yeah.
When they have a stadium of God knows how many thousands of seats, like seeing somebody from way over there. I'm talking about like actual concerts, not like these festivals, but like, because the festivals you can make your way out, you can make your way to it, but I'd be damned if you have to go to the bathroom or have to go somewhere, because then you got to make your way all the way back out. With a hotel and a pool situation, I mean, that's still close enough to enjoy it.
No, that would be badass, especially for like a band where like you're on your own little balcony, having some wine. Maybe you have a few oregano pita breads with hummus, olive oil. It's just.
Who's in town? Andrea Bocelli? Like, who the fuck? What the fuck are you gonna go
fucking see? Il Divo and shit. You're falling, dog?
Almost fell, dog. That joke was too funny.
Yo, what? So if I have fucking Shakira, I cannot have a little bit of hummus? I need to have like fucking Colombian empanadas and shit.
Empanadas and fucking, yeah, I don't know. What do the Colombians drink? Jarritos?
No, they drink aguardiente.
That's a Mexican thing. Aguardiente. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
There you go. And then, I don't know.
Say it.
No. I just thinking like when in Rome. I don't know. Like what? Give me another artist.
Another artist, and what you could, okay.
And what would be the accoutrements of the
the accoutrements? Okay. I mean, let's see.
All right, I'm gonna say an artist. You tell me what you would have there. Okay.
All right.
Jack Harlow.
Okay.
And any Drake. You go to see Drake. What do you?
What the fuck? Like, why are you jumping like that, dog? Like,
it's the same. I mean, it's the same sort of genre.
No,
but
it ain't.
Jack. What are you gonna have? PBR.
Right, so if you have like hip hop, like nice little hip hop going. All right, so I'm gonna have me some Hennessy.
For sure.
Half a bar.
Half a Cliff Bar, Chewy Bar,
granola. Half a bar, because you don't want to. You have the Hennessy. Half a bar, and a big blunt rolled in backwoods.
Okay.
That's what I'm having for Drake or Jack Harlow's concert.
I feel that.
Let me go to you. Because I know you're a little, at heart, he's still a little cubanito from the street. So, what do you take when you go see Gente de Zona?
Gente de Zona is gonna be some rum.
Some Cuban rum?
Cokes, yeah. It could be Bentoncourt. It could be some Dominican rum, some Guatemalan rum. Just rum.
Okay.
But it's going to be laced with Coke, lime, so rum and Coke. I'm also probably going to have some bocaditos there, some croquetas in my
Okay.
in my you know. No, but what else? I'm just thinking. Yeah, into the sauna, bro. I don't know. Just yeah, it's
No,
gotta be rum
I
and
got it. I
coke.
got it. That's good. That's
And
good.
then,
Rum and Coke and croquetas.
yeah.
I got you.
Rum and coke and croquetas. Yeah, probably
All right.
probably a little something else, but we'll figure that out.
All right. Give me an artist then.
All right. What do you do when you go see? I don't know. I'm trying to think.
What do you-
Revolution, ska, or like one of those like. Do you like that music? What kind of? Sometimes somebody asked me the other day, what kind of music is Kiko into? I'm like, his own world. I don't know. Jason Mraz.
I'm into everything really. I like.
Where do you go?
I like all types of music, but maybe that's cliche. I like all types of music, but I do. But I listen to a lot of. I mean, I listen to hip hop. I listen to Spanish hip hop. I listen to ballads. Right now I've been into Mexican rancheras and shit and corridos, and yeah, everything, bro, everything. So, let me give you this: if you go to see Shakira, well, we said Shakira, but if you go see J Balvin, what are the accoutrements?
Accoutrements. All right. There's a charcuterie board for sure.
Charcuterie board for J Balvin. Wow.
No. No, J Balvin. I'm probably like sipping on. All right, so it's a drink and a snack, right? That's the formula.
That's how you
drink,
write.
What's the snack?
Yeah.
So the drink for me, dude. I, honestly, maybe some tequila. I'd probably do like a margarita style, but you never know. Might just throw some in just in a cup by itself.
Like while you're waiting for the margarita to be made, you just like clack clack.
To be me.
All right.
Exactly.
All right.
And then the snack. Man, I would take some sliders. Some sliders.
Little burgers.
Little burgers. Maybe like a Spanish, like a little twist on it, right? Like a little, I don't know, like a Chipotle burger.
Like a Chipotle.
A little pico de gallo.
Pico de gallo, man. Damn.
Yeah, I don't know.
J Balvin, I mean,
I got my own balcony. I'm making. I got my own kitchen. I'm gonna fucking order.
I feel.
Whatever.
Like, for example, if I was to go to like a Chino y Nacho concert, right?
Okay. All right.
Right. You know, the Venezuelan reggaeton sensation. I mean, I would probably, like you say, have my own little thing on my balcony, and I wouldn't even order shit. Like, no, like just give me a fryer, and I'm gonna do my thing. You know, and I'm gonna do some tequeños and empanadas with the sauce, the ajo sauce.
Ooh, that's delicious.
That's what I would be doing in that situation. If you have, for example, let's see, someone like Dead Mouse, you know, Dead Mouse. I'm probably having to go a little bit light that day. You know. I'm just going to have like a little bread with tuna and avocado and 2 ecstasy pills with a gallon water. You know?
Yeah, a couple gallons.
Yeah. Stay low on the liquor.
Stay low. Yeah, get off that liquor, don't. Yeah, if it's Dead Mouse, pop
It's
a couple Adderalls.
Adderalls? What the fuck? You put some Adderalls on some Dead Mouse, you're gonna be fucking analyzing the music like, all right, all right, you got this, you got the drum coming back, is the patterns coming with it. Like, okay, I mean that music. I mean, if you really goes, I think I can do this and you can duplicate it and this that. That's I don't know if that would be the best place to be there.
Yeah, I mean,
fucking
start
start sweeping the floor and picking up all the cigarette butts.
Start cleaning and shit, doing the dishes. Oh shit, for real.
No, but it is crazy. What about, you like any rock bands?
I do. I don't know many names, but like sometimes I'll just turn on the Spotify, like the whatever's like the best rock right now, and I just jam out, and then I'll save it until.
Dude, you sounded you're like, dude. Sometimes I put like what's hot out there, and I don't know what it is, but I just jam out, bro. I jam out, bro, like with the young kids and shit. I jam out.
That's it, bro. I mean, like, you know, my rock back in the day was Bullet for My Valentine. Was
Bullet for
fucking
My Valentine.
Blink-182.
All
Very
right.
short-lived.
If
but
you go
know
to
what
a
I mean?
Blink-182 concert, right, with this setup with the pool,
Okay.
what is
First
what
of all, I'm painting my hair purple and doing a fucking mohawk.
mohawk? All right. And what are you drinking and what's your snack?
Dude, the drinking, I don't know. Like this era of my life was not accompanied by any drinks or anything like that. I mean, snack.
So
the
you
snack,
think
I probably
like okay? So
like
let me tell you what I
chicken
think.
wings and
Let me tell you
fucking
what I
beer.
think you would do.
oh, okay.
Right? Like, I think that even though you're going to this concert today and you can drink liquor and all this, you still would want to keep sort of the feeling of how things were back in the day. So you'll probably have, and tell me if I'm incorrect, you're going to go to this Linkin Park concert with a Capri Sun and a Lunchables. Right? But you're going to sneak in a Red Bull to get hype for the let's go all there, let's get down forever and ever, let's make this last forever. And of course, when you get home, your mama's like, "What are you so?" So that's is that what you would do? The Cruz de Mount?
Yeah, I would probably do the definitely the Capri Sun, Lunchable, Red Bull, vodka, probably or something like that. Just
so you will. Okay, so you will pull.
Yeah, once you brought the Red Bull in, sometimes I just need a little coercing to remember what's out there. I don't really take part.
Sometimes when you feel a little bit lost, you just need a little bit of guidance. Like, that's the devil. Let's ride. Like, you just need a little bit of.
That's the devil for sure.
Like, I've seen these races where they put turtles to race, but like they get lost and then they start going sideways, and then there's just some guys that just their whole job is just to put them like facing the right way. So sometimes in life you could be fast and you could win, but you just need that person to like, hey,
that way.
I used to go on the Segway that way, and you need that person to just.
That's dope. Yeah, no, I think that's gonna be the new way of enjoying music and drinking Red Bulls and fucking chicken wings, beers, and
in a balcony.
Switching biddies on balconies.
Switching biddies on balconies, bro. Yeah. We're married man now, but that sounds like great ideas. Yeah. Great ideas for the youngsters out there.
For the youngsters, yeah.
Look it up. Find out what's the current situation with the balcony switcheruno possibilities and on your
stay safe out there.
Marriott.
Don't be jumping balconies.
How about this? Do you think this could turn into also lower tier festivals where you could do this sort of like in a motel or Holiday Inn?
Well, when we go back to those artists that own their music independently, yeah, I think the Motel 6 would be perfect.
For artists like myself and some of you that want to keep ownership of your music, see you at the next Holiday Inn for the next tour of the indie tour.
The indie tour, exactly. Kigo, man, thank you so much for today's episode. Guys, if you like our content, subscribe and check out the next episode. We're going to be talking about some pretty cool stuff there. So thank you again.
Take care. Peace.
Peace.